Hello, you guys. Welcome back to As Told by Kenya. The summer is over and we are in fall. Therefore, my wash and goes are back, which means the pigtails, the two pigtails atop my head are back. I love this type of weather. You guys know I am a fall and winter girl. I don't even like spring because I have bad allergies. I don't like spring. I don't like summer. I thrive in the fall and winter. I become my best self. And a part of being my best self is having these two pigtails on the top of my head. That I cut my hair in December. Y'all remember when I was bald-headed? I cut my hair in December. And so for like the end of like all of like December, January, February, I barely had enough hair to even put in the pigtails. But baby, we are back. The wash and goes are back. Anyways, we have some things that we need to discuss. Everyone is annoyed with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, and I'm not really sure why. I watch football, believe it or not. Therefore, I have seen like the coverage of Taylor Swift and all of that. Is it really that annoying, or are you just easily annoyed? That's a conversation I feel like a lot of people should have with themselves. Is it really that annoying, or are you just easily annoyed? Like, are you already annoyed that like Taylor Swift is a part of your football, and so that's why like when they flip the camera to her, you get really, really upset? Because the thing is, like, yes, sure, if you like, you didn't sign up to see Taylor Swift, but also like, if they are showing her a lot, but if they showing her that much of it, it really has your blood boiling. Travis Kelce did on his podcast with his brother say that like, okay, y'all need to wrap it up. Y'all need to wrap it up. Like the NFL, like y'all doing a lot. So therefore, they are the opinion that I care about because this is them. And if they don't want to like be on camera, then obviously do not put them on camera. But the NFL 100% is going to feed into this because the NFL wants viewers. The NFL has trying to figure out for the past decade how to get younger viewers to watch the NFL with everything that has been going on with CTE, brain trauma, concussion. A lot of people have divested from the National Football League and watching football. So for the past decade, they have tried to figure out how to bring in a younger audience who would like football, and Taylor Swift would help do that. So like, it's one of those things where y'all making an issue out of a non-issue. Like, y'all just want something. There's something to complain about. I'm sorry. I'm in my y'all just want something to complain about era. Like, I just can't simply care about the stuff that y'all be caring about all goddamn day. And that is one of those things. I do want to say, when this all started, when like things were announced that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were dating or seeing each other, whatever the kids calling it nowadays, people were really strange about his ex-girlfriend. He has an ex-girlfriend who's black, who I follow on Instagram. Like, she seems like a very lovely girl, like all of that. Her and Travis Kelce were like off and on in their relationship. Don't matter, they dated for a while, and people keep trying to rope her in to this narrative. And y'all don't leave that lady alone. If y'all do not leave that lady alone, that lady is minding her business. Now, maybe one day if she not minding her business and she do something, sure. But like, everyone's started projecting their feelings onto her, and it's just like, y'all are being really weird. This little whole thing started off very, very weird. You had people upset that Travis Kelce was dating someone white. You need to stand up. Black girl, if you were doing that, you need to stand up if that's what you were doing. Like, y'all are just doing an awful lot. That's my opinions, and so I am moving on because simply I do not care. And if people are having fun with it, like I said, once Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are no longer having fun with it, that's when it's just like whatever. But people are having fun with it. The Swifties, I assuming, are tuning in, and that's just what's going on. So let people have fun with it. As long as no one is being harmed, there's no bullying, there's no none of that. It's not, as long as it's not getting weird. But I think the people who are just acting like this is ruining my football, you're doing a lot. I watch football. Like, it really isn't. Like, it really, really isn't. I do think it is cringy when the sports commentators clearly don't know anything about pop culture and they like say certain stuff, and it's just like, you don't know a damn thing about pop culture. Like, they are feeding you your lines. They're feeding you your lines. Like, you're going to have to spruce up on your pop culture knowledge if you're going to play this game. That I do think is cringeworthy. So I am going to give the people that right there. Like, stick to talking about the sports. Stick to talking about the sports if you don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, let's move on to Kim and Courtney. So the season, what season are they on of this Hulu show? I feel like they pump out these Keeping Up with Kardashian Hulu seasons like they are nothing. So I feel like they're like at season 4 at this point. They're on season 3 or season 4. It doesn't really matter who I never told you guys I was top-notch journalism. But they're on season 3 and season 4. And so you get the season premiere of their show, and clips came flooding my timeline. Flooding my timeline because Kim and Courtney are once again arguing about the same Dolce & Gabbana shit they've been arguing about for damn a season or 2 seasons at this point. So they're going back and forth because I guess last season ended with like them not being on good terms, and so now they're trying to get back on better terms. I believe there's a vacation involved in all of this. They want Courtney to go on the vacation. She don't want to go. Courtney is also pregnant. So like it's a whole damn thing. Well, anyways, they get on the phone and they're trying to hash things out, but things quickly take a left. And I am going to start by saying, since this is not a recap of the episode, I am going to start by saying Kim and Courtney do not like each other. One of the best reality shows of all time is the Braxton Family Values. And one time on the Braxton Family Values, which came on WeTV, they were all sitting at a table. All of the sisters were sitting at a table, and I believe Evelyn, their mama, was sitting at the table too. And Toni Braxton said, if y'all were not my sisters, y'all would not be my friend. And that is simply a word. Number one, because we always knew that's how Toni Braxton felt. Like, Toni Braxton has a lot of resentment towards her family that they tried to work out here and there. That's not the point. That's Kim and Courtney. If Kim and Courtney were not sisters, they would not be friends. They would not hang out with each other, because at the root of Kim and Courtney is 2 people who simply do not like each other. It's so interesting. I have a gang of siblings. We all grew up in the same house together, and people expect you to like your siblings just because like they are your siblings. Now for me, I do like my siblings. The thing is, I don't hang around my siblings though that often. I am not very hip on who my siblings are as people in the present. I don't even live in the same state as any of my siblings, and I don't see them that often. So therefore, I don't get to see the ins and out of them. I don't see them at work. I don't see them with their family. I don't see them with their significant other. I don't see most of their life. Therefore, I really don't have a decision on if I like them as a person or not, because I really don't see who they are. I knew when we were siblings I liked them, but I don't know anything about them as adults. But the Kardashians do not have, I genuinely believe, that privilege. They do not have that privilege to kind of distance themselves from their siblings. Everything that they do is connected. Therefore, they get to see the ins and outs of each other almost like when they're filming this show, like they see each other all the time. They've so much of their life, specifically in the past 15 years, has been about being together. And that is simply not how grown adult siblings interact with one another. Grown adult siblings do not hang out that much. Grown adult siblings are not connected like that much. So what Kim and Courtney, I believe, have realized is they simply do not like each other as adults. One is going this way, one is going that way. Now, I don't think it's helpful, as if I'm trying to be helpful, to have like who's fully right and who's fully wrong, because Kim and Courtney had their own specific brand of nonsense. They both be on nonsense all the time. I always say this, Courtney always loses me. It ain't even all that. It ain't even all that. Anyways, Courtney always loses me when she talks about like how like superficial the rest of them are, because I believe Courtney is just as superficial. I just think she's superficial about different things. Courtney 100% loves her life of like vapidness. She loves the vapid stuff just like them. The way she shows it though is just differently. But what I do agree with Courtney is when it comes to being a workaholic, I do think we need to unwrap our minds from this idea of work, business, do. I do believe that Kim Kardashian is obsessed with the dollar. She is obsessed with the dollar. She is obsessed with money. And Courtney said this in, I believe, last season. I told you guys this. She said that, why do you even do these things? You keep trying to prove something to someone, but the people who you are trying to prove wrong never gonna like you. You can be on the cover of whatever magazine you want, have as many businesses as you want, but the people you are trying to prove something to so bad, if they don't get it by now, they're never going to get it. So who are you doing this for? Are you Miss Workaholic because it's just so innate and it's just so, this is what I want to be doing with my life? Or are you doing this to scratch an itch that will prove to other people that you are worth something? And Courtney was 100% right about that, because when is enough money enough money? When is enough success enough success? And in this capitalistic world that we live in, so many people believe, well, she just want to get to her bag, but that's just not a way to live. And so that's where I fully agree with Courtney. Like, when is it going to be enough? When are you going to be satisfied? Even in the whole idea of Dolce & Gabbana. Like, if it was going to make Courtney upset, why would you even do it? Is it really worth that much? Is it worth that much to you? And that's why I think it just opened up a wound for Courtney, because she has always felt, Kim, you will do anything for $1. You will do anything for $1. And that is where I just think they don't align as people, and they don't like one another. It doesn't mean that they don't love each other. It doesn't mean they wouldn't do anything for each other. It's just in that sense, they do not like each other. And that's just life. Like, there's people who you don't have the same values as and you wouldn't hang out with. And those are those two. But baby, they get to fighting. And Kim Kardashian just unloads the clip on Courtney for no damn reason. Kim all of a sudden is like, we have a group message entitled Not Courtney, where we all talk about you, your friends talk about you, and then she says that her kids talk about her. This is wrong on so many levels, because I have always said, if someone is talking about me, why would you bring that to me? That's information that haters bring to you. Haters who want to bring you down a peg love to tell you when somebody else is talking. And that is what Kim was doing. Kim was trying to find the worst absolute things to say to Courtney, to hurt Courtney, and saying that people talk about her behind her back was that, like, hey, don't feel too good about yourself. We all sit around and talk about you when you're not there. But another thing that's really low down about this clip is saying that her kids talk about her. So you mean to tell me my kids have come to you in confidence and told you, like, hey, mom is tripping, and you would now use this to win a petty argument with me on TV? That's the sick and twisted stuff. What Kim did to Courtney was just really cruel, honestly. It was really cruel. You are just pulling things out of thin air that could be true just to hurt me. You want me to feel as low as possible. And this goes back to these two people simply just not liking each other. When you would pull these things out for such a small reason, it's just simply because you guys do not like each other. They'll make up just to do this all over again. They don't like one another. And I think they don't respect one another. I think that's the big thing. They do not respect one another. But that was absolutely insane. And Kim, you lost that, because I don't know why anyone would say this about their sibling. That was bizarre. They are bizarre. But I won't be watching this season because, baby, I told you guys, what was the mess last season? I watched like 4 episodes. That shit was terrible. So, like, I'm moving on with my life. Anyways, Usher is going to be doing the Super Bowl. I am really excited for Usher to do the Super Bowl. I wish he could call me so I could get the set list together. I want to get the set list together. Now, one of y'all tweeted, well, not y'all, but somebody tweeted, was like, Usher better not play OMG. I am using this time to tell you that I enjoyed Usher's EDM era, but the song that y'all paid dust that I think is so good by Usher in his EDM era, Usher had a single. Yes, it was a single. And it was called Numb. I love this song so much. It is one of my favorite Usher songs. Like, if I had to do top 10 Usher songs, Numb would be in it. Nobody gave a damn about this single. Like, it was not as successful as any of his other EDM stuff. But Numb was so damn good. He's obviously not going to perform it at the Super Bowl. But I am so excited. I hope Usher does this Super Bowl alone. I know that's a reach. There's probably going to be special guests. But I do not want that. I want Usher for how however long they are going to do it. I am so damn excited. Somebody, back to the OMG thing. Someone said they didn't want Usher to perform OMG at the Super Bowl. Usher has already performed OMG at the Super Bowl. People, I don't know if people just like don't remember things the way I remember things. I don't know. Usher performed with the Black Eyed Peas. Yes, the Black Eyed Peas Super Bowl was terrible, so I can see why you X that out of your mind. But Usher did come in, and Usher performed OMG at the Super Bowl with the Black Eyed Peas. So, like, do we need another one? That's up to you to decide. But he has already performed OMG at the Super Bowl. But I'm really, really excited that this is happening. I'm excited that we're getting, I think, different type of Super Bowl. My thing is this: if The Weeknd performed at the Super Bowl, anybody can. I don't know what to tell you. Like, if The Weeknd performed at the Super Bowl, anybody can. Like, why y'all being strict? There were some people who weren't happy that Usher, but I told you guys, I am happy about that. The next thing we have is Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore's writers had decided to not return to the Drew Barrymore show, and like, because obviously you literally decided that their job wasn't worth a damn. Like, you decided that, hey, these writers who have done so much for me, I am going to return back to work, and I am going to get someone to do their job. It doesn't even matter if they were loosely. I always say this when it comes to the writer's strike and scabbing. Someone is doing strike work. I refuse to believe Drew Barrymore is about to sit down and literally map out this entire show by herself. Someone is doing some job that a writer usually would do. You are scabbing. You are scabbing. That is what you are doing. You are using someone else to do some type of striked work. So why would her writers return back? But you want to know what? It just shows how, like, it's really beautiful is what I'm trying to say, of Drew Barrymore's writers to stand on business. Like, we were on strike and we needed your solidarity. We needed you to hold the line, and you didn't. You decided that what we do is not, it was interchangeable for something else. So why would we come back to work and then work for you? You decided that we weren't necessary. We were not necessary for the success of this show, and you backhandedly tried to blame us for why other people on this set were not eating. So since we're the reason why other people on this set are not eating, y'all can have it. That they stood on business, and I can do nothing but applaud. The real story here should just be about these writers believing in themselves, believing in the work that they have done and that they can do, and deciding that they don't have to take scraps. They do not have to take scraps. I don't know if you guys understand how big a deal this is for them to be like, we'll go find other shows to work on. Drew Barrymore, you fucked up here, didn't you? We will move on to Drake. Drake, I'm going to say this once, and I don't want to say it again. Please keep Meg's name out of your mouth. What did Meg Thee Stallion do to Drake? I do not know, and at this point, I do not care. Keep Meg's name out of your mouth. Every time I look, you have something against Meg Thee Stallion. I can't with Drake these days. I cannot with Drake. Maybe there was a time where I could just look away at Drake and his fucking misogynistic BS, but I can't anymore. Drake is giving loser down. Leave Meg Thee Stallion alone. I want everyone to leave Meg Thee Stallion alone. I don't want people to continuously bring up the trauma that Meg Thee Stallion has been through to explain why she deserves certain moments now. I don't want people to bring up all the men and all their foolishness against her. I don't. Let's just talk about the music. Let's talk about how good she freaking looks. Oh my gosh. Let's talk about those things, and everything else, let's just not. I do not have time for. Since the writer's strike is over, I know the actors are still on strike. When am I gonna get Rap Shit back? When am I going to get Rap Shit back? Rap Shit is the show that Issa Rae does on Max. It was supposed to come back in early August, but it didn't come back in early August. When am I going to get this back? When am I going to get it back? Because, like, maybe I need to go look. When is Rap Shit coming back? Y'all promised us in August, the strikes, period. But, like, when am I going to get my stories? When am I going to get my stories? Questions that need answer. Anyways, you guys, that is the end of this Kenya Has Thoughts. I will see you guys in the next one.